Hello and welcome. I invite you in my fantastic living room to show you a tool which is super practical, I think, which is called lltag. So it's a bit different from my other videos in the sense that lltag is a CLI to just tag musical files like MP3 or FLAC. It's a bit different in the sense that normally I do mostly I cover CLI for developers or stuff to manipulate text, but this time we will manipulate music. And I'm not a big fan of streaming. I don't like Spotify at all because it doesn't give a lot of money to the artist back, and the quality is really bad. And when you have a good headphones or a good sound system, it's not super good to use streaming. So what I do is I go, for example, on Bandcamp, and I buy stuff there. And when I buy stuff there, well, you have very high quality music files like FLAC, for example. So that's pretty cool. I really like Bandcamp because it gives quite a lot of money back to the artist as well. So it's really nice. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I have a zip file which has some MP3 in there. It's free music. It's like techno, trance stuff. Doesn't matter if you like it or not, it's just for demonstration. I will put a link in the description for you to download exactly the same file if you want to try on your computer, and I advise you to just follow with me and just, to get used of the tool. So you need to install lltag on your distro or macOS or whatever system you have. And then you can, of course, use it. So let's begin. First of all, let's extract this stuff. So I'm using extract here, but I will show you. Extract is one of my scripts which can extract some zip or whatever else you want. Any compressed archive, and under the hood basically choose depending of the extension what application to use. So here I think it will use unzip. So if you want to do whatever I did on the command line, you can just do unzip and then the zip file, and you'll do exactly the same. Oops. Of course, you need to install unzip on your system, and now we have some MP3. So let's see how first we can tag this MP3 and manage our tags for you to, organize a bit better your music on your computer. So first of all, before changing any tag, we should know what tags this MP3 has. So for that, you can do lltag minus uppercase S, and then whatever file you want. And here you will see all the tags for this file. So the artist is point, number is the track number, genre, date, comment, whatever. I mean, you don't need to search for one file. You can do that for everything, and then you can grab, for example, genre, and boom, you have all the genre for everything. You can, you can use grep for having some context as well. Three lines around, so you have the title, blah blah. So yeah, like any other CLI basically. So how to change these tags? Well, for example, let's say that I don't like the genre. I want to change that from techno to techno-industrial. So for that, I can simply do lltag, let's say the first one, and I want to change it, so I do -- tag, and then I can put the name of the tag, genre, and I can put the value of the tag, and if I do that, it will just change the tag, so for this specific MP3 file. Now, if I want to so if I do that, I will have a menu which tells me what are the new tags value. So here you can see that the genre is indeed techno-industrial, and you will have a prompt where you need to confirm if you want these tags. If you do H in there, you will have help for this prompt. And you can do a lot of stuff actually directly like that. So you can say yes, always yes for every file if you had multiple files in your command. Query CDDB, I don't know really how it works. I didn't spend so much time on it, but if somebody knows, it would be nice, because CDDB is basically a database of CD data, metadata, and you can normally directly download them for your MP3 without tagging manually. That's super useful, but I don't know how it works with lltag. So you can reset to no value, revert, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So if I do yes here, it will change my genre. I will do now, just to show you another thing. If UI the dry run option, even if you do yes here, it won't change anything. And if I do that, you can see that the genre is still techno, because when you do dry run, it will all the time, well, doesn't apply anything, but will show you what it needs to apply. If you don't want the menu anymore, you can do -- yes, which is super useful, and this time there won't be no menu. It will just tell you what the new value are. So with a short name of options, so for example, -t is title of the track, -a is author, -g genre, so it's techno-industrial. But still, since I still have the dry run here, it won't change anything. So basically, if I just want to change the genre of every MP3, I can do that, and then it will work. And if I do lltag s and I grep for the genre, now the genre changed for techno-industrial for all my MP3 files. So that's for the tags. It's pretty easy to use. Now, how to rename files depending on the tag. And I use that quite a lot because my file names are always messy and I have a very specific format for that. So you can use the option rename for that. So you can do lltag rename. And then you need a format. So how to find this format? Like many CLI, it has a very good manual page. So you can do man lltag. And here you'll see that I'm directly into NeoVim because I'm using NeoVim to open my main pages. And you can do that if you use NeoVim as well, just to export man pager, which is NeoVim with the X command man with a bang at the end. So if you do that, then next time you will do man, it will open the manual page into NeoVim. And why it's super useful, in NeoVim you can do G uppercase O, and you will have in a new window all the let's say all the sections of the manual, which is super cool. So you see here there is format, so I want directly to go to format, And here you see that you have all the format you want. A to match the author. So every piece of format, if you want, begins with a percentage sign. And here you can basically select whatever you want from the tag of the file to just rename the file. So let's do that. So we need to do lltag --, rename, and then you enter the format. So let's say that we want, for example, at the beginning the track number, so it's %n, and then we want the author, %a, and then we want the track title, %t. And of course, we need to put the file we want to rename. This one, for example. Oh. Oops. Oh, there is a bit too many files here. I want to rename this one. So if I do that, it will work, but I will do a dry run because I don't want to rename it yet. And anyway, it will pop up the menu. So if you say no for the tag values, then it will skip to open the prompt for renaming. So it tells you, okay, the format is that, and the new file name is blah blah sun and cloud. The problem here is there is still some spaces, and I don't want the spaces. So how can I modify that? I can use a new option, which is called rename sep for rename separator, and then it will replace in the file name all the spaces with a specific character. Here I will use underscore, and if I do that, again I skip the tags, and then I go directly into the rename menu, and here you can see that every spaces have been replaced with underscore. Now I have another problem. I just want lower cases in my file name. So to that, I can do rename min, like that, if I remember right. I don't want the tag, and here you can see that everything now is lowercase, which is really cool. There is another thing which is super useful to do, and for that I will have to change the, let's say, tag title equal, I don't know, weird sign, and sunny and cloud for this one. So here I change the tag title. Yes, I want to change it, and then if I look at the tag of this one, you can see that the title is even weird because, yeah, I put some spaces in there, and I think I should have escaped them, but whatever. So now I have a weird title. So of course, when you rename all your files, you need to have good tags, because the renaming depends on the tag of the file. Now, sometimes I don't want to fix all the tags because there is too many files or stuff like that. So what I want is no weird sign like this one, for example, if the tag is not correct, without changing the tag. So to do that, I can do a rename reg xp, and then I can give a regular expression, and I can use as well substitution, like in NeoVim or in sed, if you know that. So it works like that. You begin with an S, and then you put the pattern you want to replace. So in the name, I want to replace this weird pattern, for example, with something else. I could do, I don't know, hello, and then this pattern would be replaced by hello, but I want to replace with nothing, so I just do that. It's still in dry run, so I won't modify anything. I will put --- yes here just to not have the weird menu, and directly here you can see that the renaming would be format, as I said, and the weird underscore minus underscore pattern is gone. If I didn't have that, well, we can try. If I didn't have that, you can see that this weird pattern would be here. So it's a nice way to rename all your files if you don't want to modify all the tags before. So let's see now how to rename files in multiple directories, or to change tags of MP3 or FLAC or OGG files in multiple directories. So I will go up in the file tree, and you'll see here I am up and I'm outside of my my music folder. And now what happens if I do, let's say, lltag genre equal, I want to go back to techno. I think I never modified it anyway. So let's say, and then if I do that, for example, what would happen? Well, it works. You can see it. We try to, so I can do yes, 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 yes for everything. Or even better, I can do yes here. And everything was tagged normally. We can verify that, doing something like that. And you can see here, yeah, I should grab. Let's grab the genre. You can see here everything was changed. So for the tags, if you want to modify multiple stuff, there is no problem. I mean, you can even give the only the folder, and you can add an option which is minus uppercase R for recursive, and this time it will just go recursively in every directories and subdirectories and just basically retag everything. See, it worked, I guess. So if I do minus S here, maybe the minus R, yeah, it works as well. So, and I grab genre, here the genre is back to techno. So no problem, the problem will be with renaming. So let's go back to our super cool renaming stuff. Let's delete that, and let's just give, wait, I will copy the old stuff just to have a backup. So I'm copying the old directory with all the music inside, and you will very soon understand why. So now I have a tree which looks like that, two directories which are exactly the same. Now, if I go back to my rename command, and if I delete that, and if I simply give the directory and I do minus R here, let's see what happens. So everything looks fine. You have each time the new file name. I mean, I could grep on file name, I guess. Oops. It won't work like that. Yep. So you can see here everything looks good. Oh, except the sunny stuff, because I forgot by rename regex s to nothing. Yeah. So now it works well. So let's try. Let's try without dry run. And let's see what happens. So now it should have worked, but hey, what happened here? If you look at the tree again, you can see that the directory where I applied all the new renaming is empty, and all the file went up to the current directory I am and were copied there. So it's not a big problem here because you can still copy them back into the directory. But if you rename multiple directories, it means that all the file will get mixed up in the working directory, the directory where you are right now. So what happens? It's because basically when we rename it, but we rename taking into account the whole path. And since we are in the current directory, the path is / whatever the new name of the file, which brings this file in the working directory you're in. So to avoid that, in the rename, you can add the path of the file itself before everything else with %p. And this time we will modify the backup I've made. And if we try now, I will delete all the... I mean, you can see in the music backup, here everything was renamed correctly, and it stayed in its directory. So that's it. That's all for today. I hope you like this little lltag demo. It's really practical if you have a huge bibliothèque of music to manage. I wish you a great rest of your day. And thanks for watching.